Hi, TikTok, smash the screen, okay? Alrighty, it's... Let's start with something healthy, shall we? Support comes from Brickhouse Whey Protein. Now, I have wasted money on protein powders, lots of money, and the results never delivered. Nothing. No energy, no strength, just hubs of protein that left me bloated and disappointed. The doctors at Brickhouse Nutrition, though, explain why. Because most of those protein powders are full of cheap fillers like soy, corn syrup, maltodextrin, even cellulose. That's junk that your body just can't use. Brickhouse Whey is different. It is doctor engineered, not market made. The clean formula makes it highly bioavailable so that your body absorbs it really fast. You feel the difference right away. Better recovery, lean muscle, more energy. And guess what? It is lactose free. There's no bloating, no stomach upset, just results you can trust. So don't let junk protein sabotage your progress. Go to thenewway.com and use the code LEMON for 20% off. That's thenewway.com, promo code LEMON. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Lemonation. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Do we have that song? You remember the song that the guy made me?
Yeah.
You have that anywhere?
Yeah, take me 2 seconds.
Okay. So I want you guys to tell me what you think about this, because I may actually start using this. You know, we have the new email, which is it the donlemonshow@gmail.com? Is that right, Nikki?
Yes, the Don Lemon.
Hi, everybody. The Don Lemon Show. Sorry to cut you off. Okay, so hi, everybody. It's Wednesday. I'm actually in a good mood, but I'm not feeling so well. I have I don't know if it's allergies or scratchy throat, if it's just exhaustion or what. I didn't sleep well last night and the night before. I did my I have to do my dream. I left my dream powder, and I have to go and do my dream powder to help. Also, I mean, I'm testing this new background for the morning. If you like it, it is from the studio. So are we in the studio or are we not? I'm not saying. And then, yeah. So I want to know what you guys think about this theme song. I think I'm going to start using it. I'm not going to get rid of the old theme song. But tell me if it should. What do you guys think, Andy, Nikki, Peter? Should the theme song go before our other song, or should it go after? Okay. Here's what we're gonna test it. What I'm gonna do is, I know you guys think I'm crazy. We're gonna roll the Don Lemon Show, the one that we have, okay, and then we're gonna roll the other one right after you fade it out, and then come to me. How's that? Can we try that?
We can, but there's no graphic during the song, the new song. So
that's okay. I'll just be sitting there.
Okay.
We're gonna try it. You guys tell me if you like it. All right.
Here we go.
It's the Don Lemon Show. It's the Don Lemon Show. He's unmasking the truth. He don't take no shit. It's the Don Lemon Show. Don Lemon. Don. Release the Epstein files.
I love that song. Did you hear what it says at the end? Release the Epstein files. What do you guys think? Come on, Lemon Nation. Tell me what you think. I kind of like it.
Seems like a mixed reaction so far.
What? People are like, I'm screaming, no, come on, why not? I love it. Okay, Andy, hit it one more time. I really like it. Let's see.
It's the Don Lemon Show. It's the Don Lemon Show. He's unmasking the truth. He don't take no shit. It's the Don Lemon Show. Don Lemon. Don. done. Release the Epstein files.
Nikki, can you go through the email and tell me who that viewer is? I had it. I think I forwarded it to you. Can you just go? Because I want to give him some credit for that. That is great, right? For a joke. No, I like it. I think we should use it sometime. I mean, it's the Don Lemon Show. Anyways, it is the Don Lemon Show. Good morning, everybody. Let me know where you are streaming from. It is Wacky Wednesday. Perhaps that's what we should call it. Someone in here said today is maybe on Friday. Someone said we can do it on Friday. We can do it on Wacky Wednesday. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it. You guys let me know. So this is kind of a wacky day because we are talking about the folks who are melting down. MAGA, his name is Matt Gregory. Hold on. You guys can jump in and say it. You can tell me, Nikki. Matt Gregory. Does he say where? Matt Gregory. Thank you. I hope you're watching. I hope you're listening. I really like the song. If you have something else, come up with it. Thank you very much. I really like it. So appreciate it. Okay. So here's the thing. It is MAGA is melting down, but these people are fighting like crazy. I don't know if you guys seen what is going on with MAGA lately, and especially the MAGA women. MAGA women, are you okay? And MAGA in general, but MAGA women, are you okay? Like putting your sexual exploits out there and calling each other out and talking about roast beef and the coochie, and I mean. And someone is talking about there are people out there talking about Lindsey Graham's Bucci. I mean, what is going on with MAGA and how Lindsey Graham likes to get down? MAGA is on. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. MAGA is tripping the F out. MAGA is crashing. This is from, I'm just going to show, this is from Mediaite, okay? Mediaite says, 2 clowns in a knife fight. Is it the end of MAGA? Well, the interesting thing is, thank you very much for the name that we eventually used this morning for our thumbnail, Mediaite. We love the guys over at Mediaite. We love Dan. We love Aiden and Andrew and everybody over there. Okay. But, I mean, seriously, 2 clowns in a knife fight. Let me go through this, some of it, okay? So the vicious and oddly personal feud between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Loomer is being covered as political gossip. And yes, it is all the tabloid essentials: schoolyard insults, public humiliation, and just enough mock morality to keep cable bookers busy. True that. But beneath the hair pulling is a revealing stress test of Trumpism survival mechanisms. Spoiler alert, without the big guy policing egos, the whole thing collapses in on itself. MAGA has never been about a governing agenda, which is shocking to me because there are people on the MAGA side who are accusing Gavin Newsom of the same thing. And we're going to talk about that. They are crashing out about and losing their minds over Gavin Newsom as well. It's a personality cult, which is true, with one central organizing principle: loyalty to President Trump. Everyone in the party tries to be like Trump. They try to be more outrageous than Trump, but it doesn't really work for them. Well, for most of them, it only works for Donald Trump. So that loyalty has been both glue and whip. Who wrote this? This is a good article. Let me see. Who wrote this? I have to give them their... Oh, that's Colby. I love Colby. Colby's such a good writer. Colby's a good dude, too. Hey, Colby Hall. The loyalty has been both glue and whip, binding together an unruly coalition of hard right populists, conspiracy entrepreneurs, and opportunists who make no pretense about what they're selling. Proximity to Trump is the only currency that counts, and he is the sole banker. Okay. But you guys with me? The Greene-Loomer death match reveals what happens when the banker steps away from the desk. Even with Trump technically in charge, countless media availabilities, endless online rants, and emulmenic grifting have seemingly distracted him from tending to the flock. And so then you get this crazy fight that has been happening. Now, this fight, this is nothing new. Remember where the girls are fighting because Donald Trump was fighting with Elon Musk, and then it was Elon Musk and Vivek, and then it was Elon Musk and Scott Bessent, reportedly, allegedly. And so it's not just the ladies who are fighting. MAGA is melting down, and there's a knife fight. But this is a knife fight inside of a clown car that's happening with this. Now, some of it I may read. I read some of it at the show with D.L. Hughley last week at City Winery. And we had Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett also read some of the stuff that was out there. And it's pretty juicy. I mean, and I think we can talk about it. Can't we? Okay, so as we get into this, here's what I want you to do. I want you to hit the thumbs up. I want you to hit the like. It affects the algorithm. And I want you to become a member, please, because it's really important for us to stay on these streaming streets. And subscriptions are free. Just click the subscribe button right next to the comments that you see on your screen. Okay, just subscribe. No matter what you're following us on. If you're following us on Instagram, if you're watching us on Instagram, if you're following us on Instagram, if you're not, follow us on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, wherever it is. Hit the like button, follow us, all right? And subscribe. Subscriptions are free. If you want the main show, it's on YouTube. Pretty soon, coming to another streaming platform near you. Wait for the announcement. Okay, so let's get into this because I think the funniest thing, guys, all right, everybody sit down because it's freaking hilarious. It's kind of gross, but it's freaking hilarious. And I love the guys over at the Bulwark. Okay? I love the guys over at the Bulwark, and they have a lot of fun with this. Okay, so everybody sit down. You're going to love this. Here it is.
Bill Maher went on his show and said, maybe they're sleeping together. Maybe he's cheating on Melania with Laura Loomer.
Who's Trump fucking?
Please.
And it's not
again. This is between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Loomer. Okay, go ahead.
not Melania. I think we may have our answer this week. I think it might be Laura Loomer. I'm just saying.
And so she sued him in October. And so now it's gotten to the point where she's getting deposed.
Several pages of the deposition are taken up by Loomer's September 2024 claim that her arch enemy, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, has Arby's in her pants. It's clear that Loomer, Real Rights was making a pejorative reference when she said Arby's in your pants, popular on the right to the anatomy of promiscuous women. But in the deposition, Loomer apparently couldn't admit that was her reference.
Promiscuous men? Or did we just not hear the woman in the mic? Did you guys hear that? Producers, anybody?
I thought I heard woman.
You heard woman? Okay, promiscuous women. Now, if you guys are out there, do you know what he's talking about when there's like roast beef in the pants? Kev, the creator. You guys, he said women. Okay, maybe it's just my thing. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so roast beef in the pants. Damn. Smash the screen, TikTok. Okay, here we go.
Point. She instead pretended that she meant Greene actually puts Arby's roast beef sandwiches in her pants. Here's just a small portion of the roast beef exchange. Bolger, this is the HBO lawyer. So what is the basis for saying she had Arby's in her pants?
Pause. By the way, this is during a deposition that this is coming out. And this is when she spilled the tea on Lady Lindsey Graham. Okay? And so I'm looking at a room right now in my home. There's a window open and there are no curtains. You get what I'm saying? So if you are at Arby's sells beef. And so what have I just mentioned in the last two? So I mentioned beef and I've mentioned curtains. That's what they, but they're saying no actual roast beef. Okay, here we go.
Because I know she likes to eat at Arby's. Bolger, and she likes to put it in her pants. You know that? Loomer, yeah. Bolger, she puts Arby's in her pants. Loomer, yeah, she does. Bolger, okay. If I asked Marjorie Taylor Greene, she would tell you that she puts Arby's in her pants. Loomer, it's my best belief that she would tell you that. Yes. Bulger. Okay, are you making a derogatory comment about her sex life by talking about Arby's in her pants? This is a fucking court transcript. Loomer, no, I'm talking about Arby's sandwiches. I'm talking about Arby's. I'm a very direct person. If I was making a derogatory comment, I would have said it. Not helping her case. Loomer tweeted the roast beef insult again today. That would be Monday, asking Greene's boyfriend, right-wing reporter Brian Glenn, quote, how does it feel to eat Arby's every day? Oh my God.
Oh my God. How does it feel to eat Arby's every day? Oh, that's why I'm telling you, something is not right with the MAGA ladies. I don't know what's going on with that, and just with MAGA. I'm so hot, I'm sweating in here, by the way. I mean, wow. What do you guys think? Yes, this is Wacky Wednesday, but it's the truth. And we're not making this up. By the way, this is a deposition because you know she is suing Bill Maher, okay? Laura Loomer is suing Bill Maher, I guess for slander, libel, or something like that. And this is in a court deposition that they have to get through. Yeah, MAGA is in disarray, Kate, and it is playing out publicly. It's just the most bizarre thing to me. Now, let's pull up this, okay? So let's pull this up. This is a transcript. This is from the actual testimony that they were reading. So what is your basis for saying she had Arby's in her pants? Because I know she likes to eat Arby's, Bulger, and she likes to put it in her pants. You know that? Yeah. She puts Arby's in her pants? Yeah, she does. Okay, if I asked Marjorie Taylor Greene, she would tell you that she puts Arby's in her pants. Producers, I want as many comments up on the screen as possible because this is crazy. It is my best belief that she would tell us that. Yes. Bulger. Okay, are you making a derogatory comment that read this about her sex life by talking about Arby's in her pants? No, I'm talking about Arby's. The sandwiches. I'm talking about Arby's. I would. I'm a very direct person. If I was making a derogatory comment, I would have said that. Not helping her case. Loomer tweeted the roast beef insult again today, asking Greene's boyfriend, right-wing reporter Brian Glenn, how does it feel to eat Arby's every day? And do you remember the other one? Okay, so do we have the other tweets from them? When they're talking about, do we have that where they're talking about in the locker room or in the gym or whatever? We have that, right? So we have those?
I think it's right here.
Is it right there? Okay, so Marjorie Taylor Greene, this is Laura Loomer. Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't a Christian. How do you call yourself a Christian when you're wearing a cross while getting bent over backwards inside the gym by every man who isn't your husband? Remember, these are good old Christians right here. Remember that. She's on her knees, all right, and it's not for praying. She never wants to talk about this. Why not? I'm just saying, you guys tell me what you think of this. This is madness. And I'm going to show you, you think it's just fun. I'm going to give you a lesson, a class on why this is not just fun, why they're actually melting down, why they're all freaking out, because they have been operating for such a long time on a false reality of what's happening in the world. And now all of a sudden, or as we say, all of a suddenly, reality has kicked in. The Epstein files have kicked in. Epstein derangement syndrome has kicked in, and they're all losing their minds. Laura Loomer calls Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, wait. is this it? Loomer Twitter exchange over mental health. Just put up a couple of Twitter exchanges for me between the two, so I can show the people what is happening with them. We have another one. Okay. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene. We should be investing in reopening mental health hospitals instead of sending America's hard-earned tax dollars to foreign countries. Put America first and fix America's problems. And then Laura Loomer says, let's send you there first. Don't we have another one about the gym? The gym that Laura Loomer claimed was happening.
I thought that was this one.
I thought there was another one that was even more explicit than that one. I think there is another one. But anyways, here's Marjorie Taylor Greene slamming Laura Loomer and calling her a liar. Watch this.
Laura Loomer is another one that has relentless attacked me.
Pause,
Many
please.
other Americans.
Oh my God, this relentless. Is that even a word? I mean, he loves the poorly educated. It's obvious. I mean, come on. Marjorie Taylor Greene, not the sharpest knife in the drawer, not the sharpest bowling ball in the alley. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's why I'm saying it. Relentless. Play it back from the beginning. Here it is.
Laura Loomer is another one that has relentless attacked me. Many other America First Republicans like Matt Gaetz and many other members of Congress. As a matter of fact, the only people she attacks are Republicans. And Laura Loomer touts herself as, basically testing everyone for loyalty. But the truth about Laura Loomer is she scrapes up information and then she twists it and manipulates her stories to basically be the same manuscripted information like MSNBC does.
Okay. Now that's her on Marjorie Taylor Greene or Laura Loomer relentlessly attacking her. Now this is the other one that I told you about. I knew there was another one. Am I right? I'm always right, right? Come on, guys, say it. Just make me feel good.
You're always right.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like I'm catching a cold or something, and I hate summer colds. By the way, Karen White, thank you for your generosity. Because of Karen's generosity, 20 people get to become members of the Lemon Nation. Karen, thank you. That's how we stay viable. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, I was not feeling well this morning, a little tired, but this show has me giggling and spitting coffee. I needed it. Thank you very much. We aim to please, because let me just say this. You can leave that up. All right, actually, or just come at full screen. I'm going to get two cameras. Just bring me up. Take that off for a second. Just bring me up. Let me just tell you guys. Honestly, I was talking to the producers this morning and I said, so here's what I do. I wake up and Tim has told me looking at your phone is really bad. And it takes I forget how many hours all day to change your brain back to normal. If you wake up and just look at your phone first. Okay. So what I do now is, instead of looking at the phone, I take it and I go to the Washington Post. Sometimes it's the New York Times or whatever it is. And I play. You can do audio. And so I start with, because they give you a readout in the email, and then I start, and it plays all the top stories, and they just play, and I can sit and listen to them. And all of the top stories this morning, which I'm going to do a show about, everything, it made me feel like we lived in the United States, the USSR, Russia, United States of Soviet Republic, whatever it was, right? Because it's all about authoritarianism, Donald Trump taking over cities, Donald Trump defying federal judges, Donald Trump removing security details from his political enemies, Donald Trump ordering or having National Guard troops being sent to Washington, D.C. Just one thing after the other. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so depressing. So every once in a while, I'm going to bring you the news to you with a little levity, but you're going to learn. So don't think Don is just being silly. I'm explaining to you why it's crazy. And thank you, Sandra Lockhart. I agree. It's Epstein. This is Epstein derangement syndrome. And everyone is catching it. And also, people, you know what this also is? Donald Trump is a loon. And we're all living it. He is pushing his psychosis and maladies all onto us because he's the president. You have to cover it every day. And our world is operating under the presence of a lunatic. And so it makes us all crazy because we're like, wait a minute, this does not compute. This does not make sense. And then when you see something, when you see reality, you go, oh, right. It's like when I went on Ari Melber the other day and I talked about what journalists should be doing, what it should be like. People are like, oh my God, this is so refreshing because you haven't heard it and you haven't experienced it in so long. Do you remember when the Trump administration was over the first time and then Joe Biden ran out on that stage, with his mask on and whatever, and we're like, oh my God, finally, thank God we're going back to something normal. So I'm just trying to tell you, it's going to take a while. It will go back to whatever normal is after this, but it's going to take a while. Now, I'm going to show you the other things and how they're melting down. And another vulgar tweet by Laura Loomer and other stuff. Okay. And then it's going to get a little bit more serious. Again, this is the beginning of the class. I'm setting you up. First, a word from our sponsors. Support comes from Mint Mobile. Now, nothing ruins summer plans like a giant phone bill. While you're planning barbecues, road trips, long weekends, your wireless bill could be the last thing that's holding you back. Did you know that? That's why so many, including my very own team here, switched to Mint. The service is crystal clear. The coverage is nationwide 5G. The data is fast. It is the same experience that you get with the big carriers at a fraction of the cost, though. So right now, new customers get 3 months of unlimited premium wireless for just $15 a month. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Keep your phone, keep your number, and start saving today. So go to mintmobile.com/DonLemon. That's mintmobile.com/DonLemon. Support comes from Ali. So if my dogs could talk, you know what they say? They beg for Ali. I have tried other foods, and you know what? We're just never excited. But with Ali, the tails wag, the little hops, the goofy grins. That's the Ali effect. Ali delivers fresh human-grade meals made in the U.S., in U.S. kitchens. There are no fillers, no preservatives, just real food in flavors like beef with sweet potatoes or turkey with blueberries. Healthier food means a healthier pup. More energy, shinier coats, better digestion. So all you have to do is you just take a 30-second quiz about your dog's size, weight, and activity level, and Ali builds a custom plan just for your pooches. And Ali is the only fresh food brand that includes unlimited routine health screening. So go to ollie.com, OLLIE.com/lemon, and use the code LEMON for 60% off your first box. OLLIE, ollie.com/lemon, 60% off of your first box. Okay, so thank you to our sponsors. Really appreciate it. So sometimes I hate to go to the sponsors because I feel like it takes away from the show, but it doesn't, because those are products that we really believe in. Someone asked me, how about Mint Mobile? I said I'm trying it and that I didn't quite get rid of my Verizon, but it's good. The members of the team, the guys who do the ads or whatever, they use Mint Mobile and they love it. So maybe we'll switch everyone over. All right. So only things that we believe in here. By the way, my doggy Boomer is behind me. Boomer, you like Ali? Ali is the first pet food that we use with our dogs when we got our dogs, and it works. It's tremendous. We really, really, really do like it, and the dogs love it, and they're healthier for it. Okay, so let's go back to Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Loomer. So, and then Laura Loomer also tweeted this. I told you there was another tweet, right? You remember the other thing about the gym. This is what's happening in the gym, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So this is what she tweeted. If we can go there. She says, I wish that Rep MTG got on her knees for her Lord and Savior as much as she got on her knees for men who aren't her husband. Just another fake Christian. Now remember, these are supposed to be God-fearing Christians who talk to everybody else about, oh, the Lord says this and the Bible says that, and you're not supposed to do this. And oh, what about the gays and the drag queen story hours and all of this? And you've heard Marjorie Taylor Greene talk about that. Laura Loomer, you heard. By the way, Laura Loomer, I mean, have you seen her? Do we have a picture of her? I think there's one on the Anyway, let me just read this. Just another fake Christian. Can you call yourself a Christian when your mouth is full of another man's? That was me trying to do a rooster. Cock. I may be Jewish, but at least I'm not a Jezebel. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard women in the Democratic Party talking like this. Have you? I mean, am I wrong? This is some nasty shit right here. And out in the open. Now, let's put this up. This is Laura Loomer, and because they're always talking about trans and all that. I mean, I think Laura Loomer and Marjorie Taylor Greene might need some gender affirming care that the transgender folks get. I don't know what she did, and I'm not going to talk about a woman's appearance, but I'm just saying it doesn't look like the same person. And I actually think the woman on the left is an attractive woman. The woman on the right, I have no idea what that is. That is the same person, by the way. And also, there's a method to my madness because they're always making fun of people's appearances, which is bizarre because I don't know if they've ever seen Donald Trump. I mean, do they have like a MAGA? They must have their MAGA glasses on or a MAGA mirror. I mean, this is Laura Loomer. I'm just saying. That is Laura Loomer. Yeah, I'm on one today. Maybe it's I didn't really do cold medicine, but I did do old school. Do you guys remember this? And this isn't even Vicks. This is like an offshoot. I need this. You know what I'm talking about? This isn't even Vicks. This is Olba's inhaler for whatever's going on. I woke up a little scratchy. Yes, I know you lying. Yes, that's her. That is her. It's a pity both sides can't lose. Let us this. Oh, wait, Laura Loomer calls Marjorie Taylor Greene a slut over her alleged affair. Is that we did that one, right? And then what is this? What is the next one? This Kissinger. Oh, sorry. This is Kissinger. What's his name?
Henry Kissinger.
Oh, Henry Kissinger. Oh, I thought it was Kinzinger. I thought it was that. It's a pity both sides can't lose. I agree. Henry Kissinger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where should we go from here? I don't know if I should talk about the restaurants in DC or Stefanik. Well, let's go to Elise Stefanik. Okay. This one is melting down, and she's going to melt down over this because she wants to run for governor. She has of New York, and she has higher political ambitions. But she wanted to be in the administration, and Donald Trump said, because they were worried about the majority, right? In the Senate. And so Elise Stefanik was giving a speech in her district because they're like on the break now. And this is in her district, which is a conservative district in New York. Watch.
Our Congresswoman from New York 21, Elise Stefanik.
In the Congress, that's the Senate, I think.
Thank you, Mark, for that kind introduction.
Can you just pause it for a second? Now, you guys can't hear. This is one. There's a couple feeds here. There are a couple feeds. One of this is the one that we have, but there's another one. You can't hear how loud the people were booing because you're hearing the microphones on the podium. But if you turn those microphones off, because you're hearing her audio basically, but the boos from the crowd were so loud, she could barely concentrate. And then in the end, she ends up giving up because it's so loud. Keep going.
It is truly humbling to be here to commemorate and honor the great John Zerlo. You know, I'm going to turn this back to you, Mark. This crowd is not being respectful. John Zerlo is deeply respected. I'm going to turn it back to you.
I kind of think that, you know, they should all get that. Now, again, you want to know why these people are crashing out? I told you they're crashing out because what? Donald Trump's policies are failing. They're all just getting in line, jumping in line behind Donald Trump, and his policies are failing. And so therefore they are failing too. So you guys saw, I think it was, where was the guy? Was it Wisconsin or something that we remember the guy who got yelled at? He got shot down. I don't mean that, but like his yelled at during a town hall when he went home. That was earlier last month, I believe. And that is, so Elise Stefanik, I believe she says, a congresswoman, she's not doing town halls, but she did a public appearance and people got to, and this was her, they weren't there for her. Those people were there because it was a fallen, I believe it was a fallen lawmaker or someone who had passed. And so they were honoring this person. And when they introduced her, they're like, boo, her constituents. Now she is blaming it on, I think she's blaming it on Democrats. They're always blaming it on Democrats. They probably said it was Joe Biden or Barack Obama or Kamala Harris or somebody sent something. They're always making up some bullshit. MAGA melting down. MAGA is melting down right now. And you know what else they're melting down about? Because Donald Trump is lying. And him, when I mentioned his policies, him sending the National Guard to different places in this country, different cities, asking states to send him doing that. I'm going to send you guys something, producers. I'm going to send you something and I want you to put it up. That's very problematic for him. And it's very problematic for MAGA because it exposes them and exposes just how grifty MAGA is and how they will do anything to try to support Donald Trump, to get all glazed up, to glaze up Donald Trump. They'll do anything. Okay, so listen, I was stalling a little bit. Producers, get me that because I want to play that. I want to play that for our viewers because it's important that you hear this. Because Donald Trump is sending all of these people all over the country asking states, right? Asking states, oh, governors, and they're doing it. But okay, so this is what Donald Trump said about what's happening in Washington, D.C. He was on Fox and Friends about what's happening and the businesses and the restaurants in Washington, D.C. They are failing and floundering. But here's what he said. This is his alternate reality.
Doing something that I'm having such fun with because I'm helping people. I've made Washington, D.C. just an incredible place. In literally 4 days, I have friends that
look at that.
They're going out to
pause. Look at, thank you. They know. They're trying to corral him here. They know he's lying through his teeth. And they're like, okay, they know he's not telling the truth. I just look at their faces and look how they're trying to jump in. Okay. So go back a little bit so they can hear it. But he's saying this is what he's done to Washington, D.C. And it is completely opposite of what's happening. And I have the proof. Here it is.
It's just an incredible place. In literally 4 days, I have friends that say they're going out to dinner. Did you see what's happening with the restaurants? They're bursting. They were all closing and going bankrupt. I mean, it would be. It would be great. There's a guy named Sean Hannity. He might take a very lovely young lady that he knows very, very well to dinner in Washington, and they don't have to. And she's sitting right next to you, by the way.
That's right.
But
Mr. President,
I don't want to get him in trouble, so I better explain exactly. We don't want any secrets here. But
exactly right.
That's the greatest relationship. I hope I'm not breaking any news. This could be the biggest. Hey, this could be the most important thing I said. But let me tell you, those are two great, Ainsley and Sean, great people. And when they go out to dinner, I don't want to see them get mugged. Now they can go out, they can hold hands, they can walk down the street. They're both superstars. I want to know who makes more money, because she's got to be making a lot.
Mr. President, we're so happy for them. But on the
They kept trying to jump in. She's like, oh my God, do you really have to remind people that Sean Hannity and I had an affair or whatever, and then they got married? I don't remember the things around. I think it was an affair. I think there was like a marriage is going on, reportedly, allegedly. They eventually got married. I think they got married last year, but I'm just saying. So you heard him right there, right? Talking about, hey, guess what? Everything is hunky-dory. Look at the restaurants. This is the Washington Post. They're reporting. The city is dead. DC restaurant reservations drop amid federal crackdown. Let's read it and weep. I'm not saying I feel bad for these restaurant owners, for these business owners. Again, living in an alternate reality, an alternate universe, and you wonder why they are crashing out. Since President Donald Trump announced his takeover of the DC police force last week, restaurant reservations have dropped in the city by as much as 31% year over year for a single day. That's according to restaurant booking data. Business owners are concerned that the continued surge in law enforcement could impact their revenue during a vital period of the summer. Keep scrolling. This is sort of the summer. They need as many people as possible because Senate's not there, Congress is not there, lawmakers have gone home, and a lot of people are traveling. So now when they need people, when they need the money more than ever, Donald Trump has screwed that up. Several operators say the decline does not bode well for them or the 380 establishments participating in summer restaurant week. So when you have a restaurant week, they're trying to boost the restaurant scene because it's like during the times when they need the money the most to make ends meet, right? To get them over the hump, which started Monday in the greater DC area. The bargain dining promotion is considered a lifeline for restaurants hoping to survive the doldrums of August when Congress is on recess, locals are on vacation, and many local residents are gearing up for back to school season. One of the goals with the promotion, says Sean Townsend, by the way, Sean Townsend is Simone Sanders Townsend's husband, says Sean Townsend, president of and chief executive of the Restaurant Association. Metropolitan Washington in Metropolitan Washington is to help the industry make it to Labor Day when DC springs back to life. Donald Trump has screwed the business owners and the people of Washington, D.C. by sending in all of these military folks. It is virtually a police state. It's occupied and people don't want to go out and they don't want to eat in restaurants. And he is sitting on national television lying about it. And if you ask one of those dumbass MAGA people, they'll probably say, that's all made up. People don't want to go out because there's crime. When the actual evidence shows that crime is down in Washington, D.C. significantly. And because he wants to shape reality, then what does he have to do? What does he do when the reality, his fake reality doesn't match the real reality? What does he do? He sues the police department and the people who are keeping the records in Washington, D.C. because he says they're fake and they're lying, just like he fired the head of Bureau and Labor Statistics because he didn't like the numbers. What kind of world are we living in where this happens? The MAGA folks have been involved with conspiracy theories and lies so much they don't know what reality is. And so now they're crashing out because their reality is not matching. It's like, how do you keep having cognitive dissonance and keep going on about your life? Oh, everything's great, whatever. But the cost of shit that you need to buy keeps going up. You can't afford certain things. When you're the scenes that you're watching on television or in your neighborhood about crime, not matching up to what the president is saying. Perhaps you are a restaurant owner or you are a member of the service industry and you thought, oh, I'm a waiter. I'm just no tax on tips. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, no tax on tips. But what if you're not getting any fucking tips? What if people aren't coming in the restaurant? Then you ain't paying. What are you paying? Taxes on zero? 0 plus 0 equals 0. So people are like, oh my God, what is going on? This is not matching up. Why are things costing so much more than when Joe Biden was in office and he promised us that wouldn't happen? That he would lower it. And because here's why, because it's all bullshit. Now, wait till you see how they're crashing out about Gavin Newsom. All right. You ain't seen nothing yet. First, a word from our sponsors. Support comes from Beam, B-E-A-M. Okay. Life doesn't slow down. The news, the noise, the stress, it piles up. Burnout is the point. That's what they want, right? That's what the opposition wants. But rest is resistance. That's why I use Beam's Dream Powder, a natural sleep blend with reishi, magnesium L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. It helps you fall asleep. It helps you stay asleep and wake up clear without the fog or the crash. Since I started, my mornings feel sharper and I'm more grounded. I get more accomplished. Thank goodness I need it in this job. I'm not the only one, too. Dream Powder has improved more than 17 million nights of sleep all across the country. And it tastes amazing. It's smooth, comforting, easy to make part of your nightly routine. So go to shopbeam.com and use the code LEMON. Use the code LEMON for up to 40% off. That's shopbeam.com/lemon and use the code LEMON for up to 40% off. Support comes from 120 Life. So let's talk about high blood pressure, okay? It is the #1 risk factor for death. 1 in 2 adults has it. That's a 50-50 chance that you're at risk right now. So 120 Life is a juice blend of superfruits clinically shown to lower blood pressure naturally. Doctors recommend it, and you can track the results yourself at home with a simple monitor. I've seen it work with people I know. Their numbers dropped, their health improved, and they felt in control again. So 120 Life tastes really great. It's simple and it works. I want you to try it. You can try it for risk-free. Go to 120life, 120life.com and use the code DON for 20% off. If you don't see results in 2 weeks, well, you're going to get your money back, okay? So don't gamble with your life. Go to 120life.com and use the code DON. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Yes, we appreciate our sponsors here on the Don Lemon Show. Okay, so let's discuss now. Gavin Newsom. Are you guys down with Gavin? Are you riding with Gavin? As the social media person yesterday said, we're riding. Are you riding with Gavin Newsom? Look, it's early on, but Gavin Newsom appears to be the only one who is giving MAGA and Donald Trump a taste of their own medicine. We'll talk about this later, probably today at 5 o'clock, but is that enough? Maybe it's enough for right now. I'm not judging, I'm just asking, okay? Here's what Politico is reporting. How Newsom trolled his way to the top of social media and into the and won back a lot of the folks who were not so happy with him with his podcast. Inside the MAGA parroting strategy that has rocked the California governor to algorithmic dominance while annoying leading Republicans. Let's read a little bit of this. Do we have a little bit more of this? With an inescapable smash mouth, all caps laden, meme-filled X account, California Governor Gavin Newsom is holding a mirror up to MAGA, and MAGA doesn't like what it sees. There's Newsom on Mount Rushmore. There's Newsom getting prayed over by Tucker Carlson, Kid Rock, and an angelic wing Hulk Hogan. There's Newsom posting in all caps, saying his mid-cycle redistricting proposal has led many people to call, this sounds like Donald Trump, right? To call him Gavin Christopher Columbus Newsom because of the maps. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And they're losing their minds because they're like, wait, he can't do this. He's not supposed to do this. Donald Trump is the only person that's supposed to do this. The Pod Save America bros break down the Newsom trolling, and then we're going to discuss and wait till you hear what the MAGA folks are saying. Oh my gosh, it is delicious. Here it is.
Lova, can you describe what we're seeing here?
It's Gavin Newsom being supported by the angel of Hulk Hogan and a living Kid Rock and a living Tucker Carlson, I believe, which is interesting that only Hulk Hogan is dead. But it's a beautiful, moving AI portrait. And I think speaks to the promise of AI itself. I love two things about it. One, I love the commitment to the bit, and the bit has only gotten stronger with commitment, and they are excellent. It's not resistance lib version of a Trump tweet. They really are doing a good job of getting the voice. Yeah. And so the fact that it's being done so well is working for me, and it's annoying them. The fact that it's getting a rise out of them is making me like it more. What I also appreciate about this, and what I appreciate about what Gavin Newsom has been doing with redistricting, with the way that he's doing press, and the way that he's sort of coming on our show, is he talked about like how who's going to be the person that takes on MAGA. Maybe it's Gavin, maybe it's not. But how do we figure out who the right person is? Well, let's see what they're doing right fucking now. How are they fighting back against MAGA now?
How much longer is that?
15 seconds.
All right. Well, I'll just go 15 seconds because I want to hear the people who don't like it. Here it is. Keep going.
Making news and taking attention now. And so I view this as like a time where the people that are going to be the right people to lead this are going to be showing us what they want to do and how they're going to fight them. And the people that are hanging back to wait for their moment to ride in on a white horse, I'm just less interested in.
Yes. John Levitt, that's Levitt, right? John Levitt, I agree with you. That's interesting. Pretty soon, I want you to check out our Substack a little bit later because we're speaking of riding on a white horse. I'm doing something on Pete Buttigieg, and Gavin has now overtaken Pete, I believe, in the polling and what people want, and we'll see what that means for Pete Buttigieg. Okay, and so that's going to be in the Substack, and then we'll give you some content here on it as well. All right. So here's the thing. Now, okay, I see Dana Perino in the queue, but there's Peter has a Newsom tweet. Let's put it up so Peter doesn't get mad at me. He'll be like, "Why didn't you use my tweet?" Let's use Peter's tweet. Peter,
just look at this photo. It's like if this is what it takes for Democrats to beat Trumpism, sure, fine, whatever. I guess this is where America is now. Sure.
Okay, so here's the thing. That's what, and you know what? Because they do this with Trump, right? Right. And wait, did you guys see the new photograph that's actually hanging in the White House? Did you see that one? Did you guys send me that?
I think you sent it yesterday.
No, yeah. Do you have it?
Somewhere. Let me look.
You know what I'm talking about? There's a new photograph actually hanging in the White House. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because look, Peter says, well, whatever, I guess, if that's what it takes. This is actually closer to Gavin Newsom. I'm sure Gavin is not like that, but Gavin is Gavin is a fine man. Okay. He's a good looking man. Whether you're straight, gay, or whatever, you can say he is a good looking, handsome man. And so this is more of what Gavin Newsom looks like than what fat ass Donald Trump looks like. And then they make him into this kind of thing. Now I am told that this is actually hanging in the White House. Now, this one isn't even, come on. Donald Trump ain't never been that skinny in his life. And what kind of person, who would hang this? I would not, if someone did this to me, I would not hang it in the White House. Is he serious? God, this man, oh my gosh, him in the Big Time magazine and this. Okay, anyway, back to Gavin. So that looks more, yeah, Gavin. Are you guys, ladies, do you like that? Ladies and gays, do you like that? Even straight dudes, do you like this? You like this version of Gavin? Should they continue? Very good looking. Yeah, Gavin is like a fine wine. The older he gets, the better looking he gets, I believe. Okay. Someone said, I think it's in his house. I don't know. I think it's in the White House. I think it's it's his house now. He's living in public housing. A lot of folks would like to see him evicted from that public housing. Okay, so let's go to Dana Perino now. Now, I want you guys to listen to just how wacky this is. And then I think Gavin Newsom and the guys over there at the Newsom social media team tweeted something at Dana Perino. But here's Dana Perino freaking out.
The thing is, or at the debate, the other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, and why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over. And if he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious."
What the hell is she talking about? Donald Trump is the president of the United States. There's no bigger job. And she's saying he has to be more serious. All he's doing is the same thing that Donald Trump is doing, but doing it better than Donald Trump. Dana. I mean, come on. Are you guys with me on that? Dana. It sounds like they're talking about Donald Trump. I want you to play that over and just think, while she's doing this, instead of Gavin or Newsom, put Donald Trump there. Okay, let's play it again.
The thing is, or at the debate, the other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, and why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over. And if he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious."
Okay. Are these people serious? I'm just saying. Wow. This is what they tweeted. Gavin Newsom's people tweeted about Dana Perino after that. Oh my gosh. Governor Newsom press office. Dana Ding Dong Perino, never heard of her until today. All caps, by the way, is melting down because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. Exclamation point. Fox hates that I am America's most favorite governor, ratings king, saving America, while Trump can't even conquer the big stairs on Air Force One anymore. Multiple exclamation points. Trump has lost his step. Quoting, and Fox is losing it because when I type, America now wins. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Gavin C. Newsom. I love it. You guys know I'm petty too. There's a meme. If you go on and look on your iPhone or whatever you get, there's a GIF of me going, "Just call me Petty McPetty," because I am petty, and I love it. Now, let's go. We're going to go down the rabbit hole with this one because I think it's amazing. First of all, this is Peter's what's her name? Is it Emily Campagno, yes. Campagno, over on also on the 5, I believe, over on the Fox. Here it is.
All right, you guys, this is what kills me. This is a sitting governor. You know, those are Congress people. And it feels like we're watching a summer camp skit. We're watching slam poetry. We're watching these attention seekers that are just so wrapped up in clickbait, and they are supposed to be governing. You guys, I lived in San Francisco during Gavin Newsom's reign as mayor. I've been subjected to that individual for decades.
Okay, now she's losing her mind over, but what about when Donald Trump does it? No one is saying that. I wonder if they ever go and watch themselves and say, "Oh, you know what? Damn, we should have been talking about Donald Trump." Now, this is also on the Fox, but I believe it is the Greg Gutterfeld show. And I want you guys, this is a little bit longer, but I want you guys to listen to this, okay? Because it's very, very important. We're going to break it down. All right, stand by. Here we go.
I grew up in California. I spent the first half of my life there. It's so depressing to see what Gavin Newsom has done. And he is. He's a slimy, sleazy guy. Now he's taken to putting out these posts that mimic Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You know, Liberation Day in California and all of this stuff. See, the problem for the Democrats is in order to change their situation, it's going to take some balls, which they don't have. It's going to take some courage. And you look at people like Hakeem Jeffries, who won't. He won't endorse Mamdani.
Yeah.
Neither will Chuck Schumer. But you know who will? Pocahontas will. Liz Warren now has endorsed him. So there's this weird mishmash of policies going on. But as you said, no one knows what the values are.
Yeah.
No one knows what the like.
This woman has nerve to talk about values and not knowing what the values are. Donald Trump, who's on the Epstein list. Donald Trump, whose Justice Department ordered that they remove his name, reportedly the FBI, from the Epstein list. Donald Trump, who said grab him by the pussy. Donald Trump, who says that law enforcement can do whatever they want and beat people up. Huh? Donald Trump, who's cheated on every wife. You don't know what the values are? Lady. What? Yeah, Melania. Remember, it was Stormy Daniels. And then I forget who was Marla Maples before that. I forget who the cheat it was on that one. I'd have to go back and look. They're divorced. We'll have to check on that one. And then it was Ivana and then, Marla. The truth hurts. That's the truth. Reportedly. Okay. So she doesn't know. And you know what the policies are? What are Donald Trump's policies? Keep going.
What is the core of all of this? What do they really stand for? So that's the problem. They won't stand up to this extreme left wing of their party. And they're in real trouble, I think. And I think that Gavin Newsom is absolutely running for president. So is J.B. Pritzker. Here's a big problem for Pritzker. They talk about, billionaires and the guy's worth like $3 or $4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And all he does is talk about how he's going to help you get ahead in America. He doesn't care.
Isn't it weird to be?
Doesn't Donald Trump brag about being a billionaire and then he inflates his net worth so that he could be on the Forbes list? And he talks about how he relates to the people. Lady, are you okay? Keep going.
That rich and still be that fat. I mean, you don't even have to exercise. You could just have it you could have it removed and replaced with money.
Have a chef and a personal trainer.
Yeah, you could just it's so easy, Kat. Let's say, Kat, you were the wing woman for the Democrat Party.
Okay.
Is it too late?
So here's the thing with the personal attacks. That's why I said I don't want to talk about. Remember earlier I said I'll get to it. And I said I don't want to really talk about, I don't want to criticize a woman and her looks, but this is why I said that, because I just said, just look at Laura. Look at the two pictures. Now, they're attacking the governor of Chicago, J.B. Pritzker, over his weight. Donald Trump is fat. Donald Trump is out of shape. Donald Trump, have you seen his pink skin poking through the white shirt when he's a golf and he's all sweaty and fat and he's pulling his pants up to his tits and this big, flat, fat ass? Haven't they haven't seen that? And the chin that looks like a beef curtains? Have they not seen Donald Trump? And this guy has nerve enough Greg Gutterfeld has nerve enough to talk about J.B. Pritzker's weight when he is supporting cheeseburger, Diet Coke, French fry Donald Trump? Unbelievable. I think that's the end. That's enough of that clip, right? Is that what we decided? That's all we needed to show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have those new numbers that Peter just sent from who do you support? Oh, is this our own poll? Or is this
Yes.
Yes, this is a poll for our viewers.
Okay, so we put up a poll and it says, let me know if if you guys downloaded something that I need. Because I can't read all of your stuff. And it says, who do you support in 2028 Democratic nominee? Gavin Newsom is 61%. Kamala Harris is 21%. Pete Buttigieg is 11%, and AOC is 5%. And yeah, so that is interesting because the results would have been much different, Nikki, you're right, back when he had Charlie Kirk and Bannon on his podcast. People were not happy with him. But I think Donald Trump has rehabbed Donald Trump. I think Gavin Newsom has rehabbed his standing, his poll numbers, his likability. I think it has. If you look at if you look at what's happening in New York City and how we knew in this household how that Mamdani was going to win, is we were just looking at his social media. Now he's like, things would get like 100,000 likes and comments or whatever, and Cuomo would get like 50. We're like, oh, that's interesting. Now I said, all those people are not going to vote, but so it turns out what he did was animate a part of the electorate like Donald Trump did that doesn't normally turn out, and they did. And so this could be the same thing for Gavin Newsom. Here's my old pal over at the CNN, Harry Inton, talking about just what this has done, like just electrified, skyrocketed his social media presence and his likability score. Here it is.
Yeah, I think it absolutely has been working in terms of generating attention, which is what he's trying to do, right? I mean, take a look here. Let's take a look right at the @GovPress office followers on X. That's, of course, where you get those sort of the account where Newsom posts those Trump-style mocking types of tweets. Get this. That account, get this, up 450% in terms of the number of followers since mid-June. And it's not just on Twitter, X, where Newsom is gaining. Even on TikTok and Instagram, his followers are up over 1 million since January alone. My goodness gracious. And more than that, Laura, more than that, what about Google? What about those Google searches for him? Get this, daily Google searches for Gavin Newsom up like a rocket. What are we talking about? Since June 1, up 1,300%. Compared to August 1st, look at that, up 500%. So the bottom line is, in politics, especially if you're thinking of entering in 2028, it's all about generating attention. And so far, Gavin Newsom has done a good job at generating attention.
Okay. But it's not, one thing I disagree with him, and I'm sure he knows this, is that it's not just generating attention, it's social media. That is, we were debating this, Peter, and I think we probably should still discuss it. People used to have press people and you'd put out a statement. Remember the days of statements? You'd put it out and they would send, oh, the statement is in, they emailed it. That doesn't even happen anymore. You guys tell me, do you guys care about statements anymore? Do you just go to social media? Do you think it's like, I wonder if you actually I wonder what this is doing to the PR business, social media. Because Gavin Newsom is, he's holding press conferences, and that does carry some things. Mostly people who sit around and watch cable news all day, tune into those, and it's not that many people. But on social media, everybody has a phone in their pocket, and they're all on social media, and you see it on social media. And so when they said, "Oh, we're gonna have a press conference, and we're gonna carry it live," okay. But just remember, some of those things are carried live, where you can just click and you can watch it on independent media. You can just go click and watch it on YouTube. So, sometimes it's better just to have a great social media presence and put it there. I'm just saying, because that's what's happening with Gavin Newsom, and he's winning. That's what happened with Mamdani, and Mamdani is winning. I wanted to just show you this because governors from all over, I promised this earlier and I forgot about it. But let me just show you this to show you the hypocrisy and why MAGA is melting down, okay? Governors from all over the country are sending and thank my mom, because my mom is here. She's from Louisiana, so she gets all the Louisiana newspaper alerts and she sends them to me. And all of the social media things from Louisiana. And so the governor of Louisiana is sending members of the National Guard and military to Washington, D.C. And do you know, Louisiana has a huge crime problem. Louisiana has huge issues. And by the way, I think we're like a week or two away from the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, and we're into hurricane season, and who knows what resources will be needed there. And the governor of Louisiana, for some odd reason, is sending folks to Washington, D.C. for crime when his crime is worse. Okay, here it is.
Now, Jeff Pick-Me Landry has sent 135 Louisiana National Guard soldiers to D.C. to address crime. But let me show you what his state ranks in crime. Old Jeff here ranks number 50 in crime and number 50 in the economy, but he got 135 soldiers to send to D.C. to help them address crime. What makes this a dumb and dumber decision is that this is the middle of hurricane season. We're less than 2 weeks away from the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, and we got a governor that can spare 135 National Guard soldiers when you don't know what the conditions of the weather's going to be, because we've got a National Weather Service that's understaffed, and we've got a president who's now not sending reimbursements to states from FEMA when they've had natural disasters, like in North Carolina, where they're not getting their funds back, and the same with Maryland. So if you want to trust a guy like that to be your governor rather than recognizing that he's just a pick-me, understand that pick-me's are only looking out for the person that they're looking to pick them. And it ain't you. It's the MAGA movement. And it's screwing over regular everyday people every single day. Pay attention. While Jeff plays around with a 50th ranking in crime in the economy, he got 135 soldiers to send somewhere else to deal with somebody else's issues when he can't even fix the issues in his own backyard. Old folks used to say, sweep around your own front door.
Around your own front
before
door.
You try to sweep around mine.
Amen. Take care of your own house. Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. That's an old saying. I miss those old sayings. We're going to have to come up with some. Again, we'll just have to do a thing where those old sayings like that really means something. And look, just remember, also with FEMA, I'm just saying there's an issue. Okay, so look, guys, I just want you to put this up. That is the madness of what's happening right now, the cognitive dissonance, the hypocrisy of MAGA and why they are all melting down and the ladies are melting down and all of, I don't know what is going on. And by the way, put that one up, Andy. This is, I think, the Washington Post. What is this? That's the New York Times. Acting FEMA chief told staff that he didn't know about U.S. hurricane season. We're in big trouble. I told you I'd bring it around to the serious thing, and I did. I tried to give you some levity and some humor in this hour, a little bit over an hour that we have been doing every day. I wish I could just go 2 hours every day or something, like just, but it's a lot of work. I could sit here and talk to a wall. But I got to get to work on some other stuff. I got to handle some business. I got to do some paperwork. I got to talk. I got to get more stuff for you guys. More. I got to feed the beast. So, guys, I appreciate it. Go to donlemon.com if you want to know anything about this program, about us, about anything. By the way, if you're out there listening, one person with a jacket contacted us. We're going to get the jacket back. We need one more, the other person who has the jacket, to come forward for your reward. Okay? Just come forward for your reward. I need the jacket back. Okay? The tie and all that, fine. Shirt, fine. But I need the jacket back. Okay. So please do the right thing. You'll get it rewarded. Oh, by the way, I'm going to tell you what I did last night. I'm sorry. I forgot to send these pictures, put the pictures up. Put this up. And where is this person from, guys? Do we know?
This is Miss Cat.
Miss Cat.
Yeah, it was Miss Cat. She did not send a location.
Miss Cat, I love. She's got the pink, the Don Lemon Show shirt. I love it. Hi, Miss Cat. How are you? Thank you so much for the merch. You guys know. Tell them where to send it, Nikki.
If you guys have good merch photos, send them to the Don Lemon Show at gmail.com. Tell us your name and where you're sending them from.
Okay, I'm sending this to you guys because
and that's Miss Cat right there in the comments, Don.
Oh,
she's in Virginia. Virginia.
Hey, Miss Cat, how are you doing
Cat.
this morning? Are you loving the shirt? Talk to us. We like talking to the folks here. Hello, Miss Cat. Miss Cat says she's in Virginia. Love it. Okay. Oh, hey, HYE. Hey. I also sent you a photograph. Did you get it yet, Peter? Andy? There we go. So this was last night. We went to, and this is me and my mom. She's got her Prince fan. And so we went to, there's a new Prince movie that opens, I think it's on the 29th, and it's at IMAX theaters. And it is Prince's, it's a concert. I don't think it ever aired, but it's fantastic. And we went with Spike Lee. Spike was there, and we had a really great time. But if you're there, I forget what it's called. There's something about Under the Cherry Moon, but it is. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's I have it here. It is. Anyway, you guys could probably look it up and find it. Oh, here it is. IMAX. Prince, Sign of the Times. It opens August 29th. This was at the AMC IMAX Theater in New York City in Kips Bay. And it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Prince is so talented. I forget how talented Prince is. I mean, sing, dance, act, amazing. Okay. So if you want to check out our merch, go to donlemon.com. You want to check out anything about the show, go to donlemon.com. And please continue to support us, become a member, and subscribe. It's free to subscribe, okay? And follow us on social media. Send us your email. In email, you can go to thedonlemonshow@gmail.com and send us your photographs of merch, show ideas. And also, if you have a song like the gentleman before who wrote it, and Andy's going to play it right now. We're going to play it out. And so after I say, no, let's do it this way. The guy's name is Matt Gregory. So I got that from Matt Gregory. So Matt Gregory, let's play your song. And then.
It's the Don Lemon Show. It's the Don Lemon Show. He's unmasking the truth. He don't take no shit. It's the Don Lemon Show. Don Lemon. Don, 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 Don. Release the Epstein files.
See you at 5 o'clock Eastern. Turn the TV off. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next.